Oh, violence does call me, I've answered before. I'd made many enemies and settled my scores. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown. And so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends.
Last time on the Tower of Souls, the party had gone to sell the swords that we had gotten from the tower to Skydrifter, where we had gotten a good amount of gold. Reese had acquired a scimitar, and I do believe that we also acquired some daggers as well. We then went to visit Zahiri, where Haven bought a belt, and we learned about Thero the Harpy, and that they might have had interest in Zahiri's bracelet, given that they are quite the collector. Where Theo lives in the higher mountainous part of the city, where a lot of flyers live, and as we made our way up there, we found that the Thieves Guild Incubus had been watching us, and that their name was Karthos. We then also noticed that there was a Aranyes standing on top of one building, and an Ulfer on another side watching us. A fight then broke out, where we fought all of them, as well as a kobold with one eye. Haven killed the Aranyes. Reese had created a snake illusion. The Incubus was killed by Angeli, and the Orc was killed by Taz, who had also appeared. The Kobold then also had its spine ripped out by Ash. We then made our way to Thero's house with a little help from intimidating a little goblin, where we found a colorless house decorated with gold, bronze, and silver all around it, surrounded by bear traps around the side and back of the house. The front of the house had a huge locked door on it, so we decided to go through the back door, where we narrowly made our way around a pressure plate, made our way through marking traps with pieces of chalk. There was a figure in the corner of one room where we had found a mannequin. We collected some silverware and some gold, some junk, a jewelry box. Reese had touched the mannequin, which had caused it to trigger a reaction in which a robe and a scythe appeared, hitting him very hard, causing him to decide to then take his healing potion. Making our way up the stairs, we then saw the walls were very, very shiny, and the walls happened to charm most of the party. As we had just shaken all of the other characters out of their charm spell from the wall, we were there still standing on the stairs with Reese still accidentally holding Zaz's hand.
You are all on the stairs. You know that something is upstairs. You've heard noises. You don't know what they are. And because you know to avert your gaze from the walls, and you have all been shaken out of it, you no longer feel the effect of the charm from the wall. Unless you purposely try to stare hard enough and long enough to see it again, then that's on you.
If I'm near... Where are we still at the bottom of the stairs, or are we like partway up at this point?
I started slowly, cautiously walking up, but we hadn't rolled anything. I was going to try and do it sneakily.
Roll a stealth check. Is anybody else going stealthy?
Yeah, I would try my best.
We'll attempt.
I will follow stealthily as well.
Haven, what did you get?
9.
Reese got a 4.
So you, it's because you're still holding hands.
I rolled an 8 because we're still holding hands.
Angelique got a 6. You hit one pan on the side and it goes...
Yeah, as I walk up the stairs, I don't realise that there's some ball bearings, and I skitter on them, and they drop down the floor and roll into everyone else, and I stack it a little bit, and then dunk onto the stairs.
I apparently missed the ball bearings because I got a 19.
Ash is the stealthiest of all of you, somehow.
Well done.
I try my best to catch Haven while still also holding Reese's hand and pull everybody back with me as well, as we all kind of like tumble.
As you are walking up, and you all are being very unstealthy except for Ash, make perception check.
That's an 11.
So 14.
Angelie's listening to the ball bearings. I got a 5.
I got an 8.
Rolled a 7.
So 14 was the highest?
I think so.
Okay, and that was Ash, right?
Yeah.
Ash, because you are focused and stealthy, and your party members are obviously drunk right now or something.
Guys, be cool. Be cool.
You hear the clacking of talons on the floor as something is walking, and then You hear a slightly high-pitched noise that was soft, but you could easily pick it up because of your olfactory abilities. And then you hear the sound before everybody else does, but you start to hear singing coming from upstairs. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please. This is a charm effect, so if you have bonuses to that.
Do I have enough time, because I hear it first, to try and cover my ears?
Yes. Roll me a dexterity check.
Okay. That's a 11 on dex.
It's high enough. It was a 10 plus. So, yeah, you get enough time to cover your ears. I'll give you advantage.
I'm sorry, what is the check? It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That is a 15.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Mm-hmm.
17.
23.
17, 23.
Dirty 20.
Fantastic. All of you feel the song begin to wash over you, and you feel like you just want to listen to that beautiful music, but you are able to shake it off as you distract yourself from the rest of the noise around you, and it does not affect you. And now you're all fucking immune to it, so fuck. I was supposed to get at least one of you. So you know that something's up there, and it's the Harpy. Big shocker. And she's aware that you're here now.
Draw swords and fly up.
Okay. What does everybody else do?
I'm gonna make my way up to the top of the stairs. Just
Question, how wide is the stairs? Because can you get past me?
That's true, you're in front of me. I'll stay behind you then.
If it's 5 feet, you can still walk through your allies.
Then you can go past me if you want to.
Cool.
You can only not walk through your enemies because they'll try to stab you.
Yeah, makes sense. I will go up to the top of the stairs.
Okay. You get to the top of the stairs. Angeli, you fly up into the air and you can see the top of the stairs as well. And you see that there is a long hallway that leads to a staircase on one side leading up, and there are 4 doors on this floor.
So there's a third floor?
Yep.
Fly down towards the singing.
I was gonna say, listening for where the talons were, trying to hear where the Harpy is.
It came from the attic level.
Okay. I'll just kind of turn back to everyone and motion up, kind of point up above me.
I will, being directly behind you, point at all the 4 doors though, because there could be anything in there that we don't know about that could come out and flank us while she's ahead there behind.
That's true.
Hammer and an anvil.
I'm gonna look over the group. Reese and Haven, we could quickly check these doors while the others are keeping an eye on the stairs.
Angeli didn't stop. She just kept flying up towards the third floor.
I'm going to keep an eye on whoever's going for the door, but also, like, Angeli at the same time. So I'm not going to actually move anywhere. I'm just going to make sure I can see everybody and where everyone's going.
So who is going towards doors?
Haven will.
Haven's going towards one.
Suggested it, so I'll take another one.
Okay.
Reese removes his hand, kind of embarrassed. He's like, "Oh, sorry, that was sorry. It was just the wall. I'll take this door." And he just kind of moves to one of the other doors.
Of course, the wall.
Actually, are you going towards the door or staying in the air?
I'm staying in the air and flying towards the third floor.
I'll have everybody roll initiative for now, just so I can say what order we're opening what doors.
Angeli has 19.
14 for Ash.
I'm standing at my door having a good time looking at the interior of the intricacy of the door frame.
Yo, me too. I got a 6.
Initiative, that's 3.
Haven?
3.
I'm assuming your dex is higher.
My dex is a +1.
My dex is a +2.
All right, so up first is Angeli. You are heading towards the top floor.
Yes, Angeli heard the singing and is under the assumption that that was its attempt to ensnare us, and it will wait to see whether it does so, so now is the moment to strike.
You see the stairway, and on top of that is a attic door that opens upwards.
Can I hit it using my body weight?
You can try.
What would you like me to use? Acrobatics, since I'm in the air?
It would be more strength-based, because it's heavy.
Athletics?
Sure.
Gee, I rolled 3 17s in a row, so that's 17 minus 1 is 16.
Lucky number for the day.
Apparently, I'm getting them all out now.
You do manage to open it, and in front of you is a bunch of crap. All boxes just packed upwards. You cannot see beyond them, but you see that there is a small crease where you could go through on your next turn.
I'm assuming that was my action to do so? Or was that my...
It was your movement and action to push open the door, yes.
Alright, so yeah, then I'll try to hide.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
10 plus 2 is 12.
Okay. Up next is Ash. You're standing guard. Do you want to move anywhere or just continue to stand guard?
If Angelique's going for the trapdoor, I'll kind of go a little bit closer, so I'm just right behind where she is. Keeping eyes on everyone else, but staying close to where she is.
So you're at the top of the stairs, but keeping eyes on the others. Okay. Reese.
I learned my lesson from downstairs. I'm gonna. How large is this hallway?
About 10 feet wide. You can see down into the living room.
Okay, I'd like to stand back as far as I can. I guess about 10 feet. And use Mage Hand to open the door.
Roll me a d4.
Sure. 1.
You use the Mage Hand and the door clicks and you are able to open it.
Does it look like there's anything inside?
There are racks and racks of very differing items of clothes.
Okay.
You can make a perception check to see if you see anything else.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. 12.
From your current viewpoint, you don't see anything else other than the clothes. There are leather outfits, chain outfits, and also fancy ball gown dresses all mixed in.
Good enough for Reese.
Zaz.
I would go to one of the far doors and open it.
All right. Roll me a d4.
3.
Do you just open the door?
Cautiously, I'm going to open the door, but I'm just going to open the door, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any foresight to prepare against it.
When you open the door, inside you see a barracks-like room. There are 4 or 5 beds that are all stuffed against the wall and very minimal space. On 3 of the beds are hobgoblins who are awake, and they look up at you and they're like, oh shit, and they all begin to pull out their swords. We are now in initiative. We still have an action.
I'm going to attempt to use Charm Person on one of these folks. Attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It makes a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. We are not actively fighting it, I would contest.
You are breaking into the house that they're supposed to be protecting.
Fair play. I'm going to try and charm the closest one, and just with the most eloquent. Oh, hey there. How are you doing today? I'm sorry to barge in. I was just looking for the owner of the house.
Unfortunately, they pass because I rolled a 16 on die. And the one looks at you and starts to have his eyes gloss over and then shakes his head and goes, no, you can't have the owner. You don't need to speak to them. We will deal with you.
Also sudden. Oh, Haven! I think that's going to be my turn.
Haven, it's your turn.
Okay, are you actually blocking the door right now?
You can get through him.
Yeah, I'm standing in the doorframe.
Okay. I will move in past Zaz. I'll go around the first bed. And I will pick whoever is closest to me and throw a knife.
Okay, Hobgoblin 1 is the closest.
Wicked. I will throw a dagger, which is 13 to hit.
That will bounce off of their armor.
I will throw another one. That is dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
For 1 damage.
Awesome. Hobgoblin 1 takes 1 damage. Alright, anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, up next is Hobgoblin 1. 5, 10, 15. He's going to walk up to you, pulling out his long sword and trying to attack you.
Okay.
1-1 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is 3 slashing damage because he is using it one-handed because he has a shield up.
3 slashing.
And he doesn't have multiple attacks, so that is his turn. As he pulls his sword and he says, you will leave and we will protect the lady, and slashes across you, but it barely nicks you. We go to the top of the round, which is Hobgoblin 2, and he will go to attack Zaz, which also blocks the door. That will be a dirty 20 to hit, or 7 damage.
Can't we all just get along?
Up next is Angeli. You hear fighting coming from downstairs.
No sign of anybody up here, and the singing has stopped.
You hear the noise of the talons from the opposite side of the cardboard, but you also hear the sound of fighting downstairs.
She'll yell at Ash, Ash, go help Haven, and she'll continue up into the attic and go towards the talons.
So you can maneuver through the room.
Can I maneuver over it?
The things are very high, so you can try, but it will be slightly difficult.
I'm willing to make an acrobatics roll.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
13.
All right, you do manage to get over the first bit, and then as you try to get over the second bit, it knocks over some of the items. And
That's fine.
when you get over them and you see a harpy wearing a gorgeous ball gown that is like bright deep blue to like white that's overflowing, and it does not fit her properly at all. And she has like a crown on her head. And she just looks at you and starts cackling. And then around her is flying a little steam method.
I will take a dash action to get back and drop down.
Okay.
I'll use a ready action, and if something comes flying through the hole above me, I will attack it.
Sounds good. So if you see something coming at you, you'll attack whatever it is.
Yeah, my rapier.
Okay.
And I will pass dash. Yes, go help Haven, and I've got this. There's a harpy and some kind of flying little thing with her.
Next in line is the steam method. It will start to fly towards Angeli, and it's hovering right next to you above the boxes. And it will take a deep breath and exhale. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
And it's farther than melee, right?
It's within 15 feet of you. You're still flying, right?
No, I pictured her as having gone back through the hole and dropped down onto the hallway.
Okay.
So she's probably not.
Yeah, then not melee.
20.
Okay. You were easily able to dodge out of the way as scalding steam hits the wall and begins to melt the paint off of it in the wallpaper.
Hey!
Up next is Ash.
Having seen Angeli just fly up and fly back down with the steam thing chasing her, I'm gonna say, what is up there? What? And try to push Angeli past me so that I'm in between whatever is coming down and her.
Okay.
Angeli, question for you, are you moving kind of towards where the others are?
No, I kind of pictured her just making it back to the hole and then just dropping straight down and being right underneath the hole going up.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get myself in between whatever is coming down and Angeli where she is. I'm gonna hold my action if I can, after I just move past her, which would be a melee attack if something does come all the way down into the hallway.
Okay. So you are holding an action?
For if something comes down from up above and into melee range.
All right, the steam method's about 15 feet above you. Hobgoblin 3's turn. He cannot reach Zaz because the other hobgoblin's in the door and he's cursing at him in Goblin currently. So he goes to Haven.
I would understand what he's cursing. But
Why are you blocking the door, you stupid idiot? So as he is trying to attack, he is so distracted by the fact that the other goblin is an idiot that he rolls a 7 and misses Haven when it attacks.
As he goes to swing at me, I just flick a wing out and just numb his wrist so that the weapon just clatters for a second.
I'm like, ow.
So, oh, terribly sorry. You're attacking me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I also speak Goblin.
All right, so up next is Reese.
Hobgoblin 4's turn. So Reese is going to move 30 feet away from his door to try to stand kind of at the corner of the attic and the room so that he can see Zaz and Haven ahead of him and Angeli and Ash to his left. And I think that's about his 30 feet of movement. And he is going to cast a Ray of Frost, we'll say at that third hobgoblin that just ran up.
Okay. The one that's attacking Haven?
Yeah, that's a range of 60 feet, and that is a roll to hit. 15 plus 6 is 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
D8 cold damage. That'd be 4 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, which probably doesn't do much right now, but...
You said 4?
Yeah.
It takes the damage, and he's like, ow! In Goblin. And the back of his metal armor is iced over a little bit. Only Zaz can see that from here, though. Up next is Hobgoblin 1, who will attack Haven again. That is a 17 to hit, which does hit. And it has an ally next to it. So it's with its ally near it, it is very excited, and it uses the opportunity of distraction to attack you. It slams its longsword down and deals 12 damage. It has a wicked grin on its face. Do you cry out or anything?
I should kind of give it kind of like a half grunt as it connects. Okay. You can do better than that.
Haven, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to polymorph into a human. So where I was just sort of very much on the balls of my feet with my wings out and them kind of making me buoyant, I just go gadunk and I'm very grounded and they just suck straight into my back. I stop being this deep red color and I transform into a humanoid with light purple skin, but longer nails and not quite talons, but not far off of it. Similar, everything else is mostly the same features, just the features and the hands and the color.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Up next is Zaz. You saw Haven get hit pretty hard, and while not reacting, you can tell just how bad the pain was, and they transform into a humanoid. Ugly creatures, really. They're very plain and boring.
I'm going to reach my hand out towards the one in front of me and cast Inflict Wounds, which is a melee spell attack. That is a 17.
Would you like to push yourself to try to succeed at hitting?
Yeah, out of my worry for Haven, I'd push myself.
All right. You do hit. Make your attack. What are you hitting with?
Inflict Wounds. I reach out and touch the creature and then do 3d10 damage.
Okay.
9 and 8 and a 7, so that is 24 points of necrotic damage.
24 points of necrotic damage on Goblin 2. Super kills it. As he falls, though, the metal somehow reflects slightly against you, and you take 5 points of damage from your own inflict wounds for pushing yourself.
I just kind of like scream out in pain as I take this creature down to the ground. That really hurt. I'm going to step back 5 feet, and as I'm stepping back, I'm going to shout out, Haven, you might want to make your way this way.
And don't forget, you have a bonus action and a healing potion.
Can you quaff a healing potion as a bonus action?
Yep, if you're drinking it yourself. If you're feeding it to someone else, it's an action.
Okay. Yeah, let's use it. Bonus action potion of healing.
2d4 plus 2.
7 points of heals.
Nice.
I'm still shouting to Haven to follow me out the door and backing away toward Reese, 15 feet or so. And that's going to be my turn.
Up next is the Harpy. You hear taunting Angeli and Ash as this very strained feminine voice calls out, saying, "Why don't you come in? I have tea. Would you like some? I love guests, especially when they break into my house and have shiny things on them." But she does not go to attack because I'm trying not to brutally murder you all today. Also, she's lazy and is on a throne and won't move until you reach her. Angeli, it is your turn.
I will hiss to Ash on the way by as I fly up towards the Mephit. Go help Haven! And then she will go up towards the Mephit and attack.
Okay.
Main hand short sword will miss. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
And offhand 1. That's better, 19.
That'll hit.
2 points of damage. As there is no other people close enough, I don't get sneak attack, and I don't get my ability with an offhand weapon. But I will stay there engaged.
All right, it takes the 2 points of damage. It seems unperturbed by it. Is that the end of your turn?
Other than making shooing noises and gestures at Ash.
The Mephit's turn now. It is going to use its claws against you. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
And you will take 1 slashing damage and 5 fire damage.
All right. I will use my reaction, Vengeance attack, which if I am, because of my combat prowess and vow to enact vengeance, grants me the ability to strike back against those who would strike first. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you has dealt damage to you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to make a strike against that creature with your weapon. If you hit, you deal the weapon's damage plus a d8 poison.
Okay.
7.
That will miss, unfortunately.
It will.
His AC is not high. That's why I keep asking. But all right, so it is Ash's turn now.
So how high above me is Angeli and the steam method?
15 feet.
Okay. Is there like a ladder going up or no?
No.
Great.
There's boxes, but you're pretty sure they'll crumble underneath of you.
I cannot do anything from where I am here, so I'm going to turn and run down the hall. I'll use all my movement to get to where Reese and Zaz are and this one. Yeah. Before I run, I'm just going to shout, Angeli, you better come back over this way. And then, yeah, I'll use the rest of my movement then in that case.
You get right in front of Hobgoblin 3 next to Haven in humanoid form.
Cool.
Which you've seen before.
It's alarming. So I'll run all the way down, and because the hallway is so narrow, as like that 90-degree turn, as I reach the turn, I'll like dig my claws into the wood, and you guys will hear this kind of splintering noise as I skid around the corner and then run into the room behind Haven and kind of do a slight double take as I see them, and then turn my attention to the Hobgoblin. And that will be my turn.
Anything for your bonus action?
Don't think I have any. No.
It is Hobgoblin's 3's turn. They see this new big foe and will turn to face Ash and attempt to attack you. They rolled a 6 to hit.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Reese, your turn.
All right. As all of this is happening, Reese is actually going to run up and stand over the dead Hobgoblin and attack Hobgoblin 3 with his scimitar. That is a 5 to hit.
That will not hit.
He's very, very rusty. He almost uncharacteristically, he runs in and he's like, I can do this. And he goes to attack and he just whiffs it completely.
All right. Anything for bonus action?
Nope.
Haven, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to go, gentlemen, there's no need for all this nasty violence. Come now, can we not just be friends? It would mean the world to me, really. Please, put your weapons down. And I'll cast Bane on both of them. Charisma 12.
If you cast this, you'll no longer be polymorphed.
Okay, well, I've said it. I'm doing it.
Okay. What's the... you said wisdom?
Yeah, no, Charisma 12.
Charisma. Number 1 fails. Number 2 fails. They are both baned. You are now back to your normal self and really hurt. You have a bonus action and a movement.
Can I chug that healing potion as it's for me?
Yep.
Okay, it was 2d4 plus 2?
Yep.
All healing it is. That's my turn, thank you.
Hobgoblin 1 knows you did something. He's not sure what, because he doesn't know magic. I'm going to roll a d6 to determine who I hit. 1, 2, 3 is Haven. 4, 5, 6 is Ash. It is Haven. So minus a d4 on the attack. Would you like to roll your d4?
To 1.
All right, so I rolled a 16. Minus 1 doesn't hit.
The hobgoblin goes into swing. Without thinking, I just flick one of my wings out and I let it take the hit and just like glance off the metal that's along the edges of them and just along the metal.
A loud screeching metallic sound, metal on metal. All your ears hurt for a brief second, especially Ash's.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You see my ears just kind of flatten against my head for a minute.
Sorry!
Zaz, it is your turn.
Reese ran in. Angelique's gone. Oh, Lord. Alright, seeing that Reese is running the room and that we're doing this, I'm gonna run up behind Reese and I assume I could shoot like a spell or something like that around Reese.
You can also move through Reese and go right behind Hobgoblin 3 if you wanted.
Would it cost extra movement for that?
Nope. You can move through your allies as normal terrain.
Good to know. Yeah, then I will get on the other side of this hobgoblin and do a slashy thing.
You have advantage because Ash is flanking.
Short swords up to a 6.
With advantage?
Oh, that's a natural 20 with the second roll.
Very nice.
Nice.
10 points of slashing damage.
All right, Hobgoblin 3. How would you like to kill him?
I think just like a clean slice towards the neck, swiping almost sideways, and the blade just careens across the throat as the creature falls to the ground.
All right, Reese and Ash, you are both splattered with blood.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
Reese is not used to it.
Would I still be able to move? Do I still have movement?
Do you still have movement? You have 5 more feet.
After slashing the throat of this one hobgoblin, I'm going to further step towards this one that is fighting Haven, and I'm going to use my bonus action War Priest, which allows me to take an attack action if I've taken an attack action. I get 3 of those per long rest as a bonus action. So we're going to short sword it up again. That is another natural 20 and a 14 for the second roll on advantage. Holy damn. That's 8 points of damage to the third hobgoblin. I just swing around and stab into his chest.
How much was it?
That was 8 points of damage.
He is still standing, but he looks badly injured. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, the Harpy's turn. You all hear, because her voice carries down the hall. What am I to do with my new friends who won't even come entertain me? And you see, grabs something and chucks it over towards where Angeli is. Not really trying to hit anything, so I'm not even going to roll it. It lands like right behind you. And something breaks. It was like a porcelain plate. Angeli, it's your turn.
All right, well, first we have to deal with your pet here. Do I have any sense that she's moved closer, or is she doing it quietly?
She is doing it quietly.
Okay, so I will deal with the method first, ideally. Attack is a 14
That'll hit.
for 4 points.
All right.
Is it looking rough at all, or still...
Still looks great.
I was afraid of that. All right, well, the offhand one. That is a 12 to hit
That'll hit.
for another 5. She will then disengage with her cunning action.
Okay.
And fly back down and around the corner. But as she's departing, she's going, Zahir says that you have the worst fashion sense of anybody of her clients that she has ever seen.
Ooh, sick burns.
And by the way, that dress did not fit you well at all. It wasn't even your color.
She shrieks, and it's the angriest shriek.
So that was her disengaged move, and then she's just going to move around the corner all the way because she doesn't know what's coming next.
That was 40 feet right there, I think. Steam Method's turn. The Steam Method is going to fly after you. We're going to see if it gets its breath back. It does not, so it will cast something on itself. If you look back, it looks very blurry. Up next is Ash.
Okay. There is still one hobgoblin left standing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I still don't have my sword because it is off being sharpened. So I'm just gonna go after this guy with my claws. That is a dirty 20 to hit on attack roll.
That'll hit.
That is 11 points of damage.
All right, how do you destroy him?
I'm just gonna go straight for the jugular. Just rip his throat out.
And you do so, and it starts screaming, but it becomes gargled as you rip out his jugular.
I'm gonna, as he kind of drops backward, I'm gonna just kind of kick him away from Haven.
Oh, thank you.
You have a bonus action and a movement.
I'm going to immediately turn around and get as far back towards where Angeli is as I can.
You have 40 movement.
Yes.
You will get between Angeli and the Steam Method.
Okay, I'll get in between Angeli and the Steam Method. And again, coming around that sharp corner so fast, my claws are going to just rake into the floor.
You hear, "Stop destroying my home!"
The skittering of nails on wood.
All right, Hobgoblin 3 is dead. Up next is Reese.
I've been hearing a lot of commotion going on by the attic. So I'm going to run up a little bit behind Angeli.
You full on heard lots of screaming and yelling.
Oh, yeah. And I will cast Cape of Courage. So everybody gets to roll. Everybody gets to heal 1d4. And you have advantage on your next saving throw.
Thank you.
So as he's running, there's this billowing cape of gayness coming out from the clasps on his shoulders that have appeared.
Zaz, what did you roll?
1.
Ash, what did you roll?
That was 3.
And Angeli?
I rolled a 3 as well.
Is that your turn, Reese?
Yep, that's it.
Up next is Haven.
I am bleeding excessively from multiple cuts, scratches, scrapes. One of my wings has extremely scuffed up metal on it, membranes and things. And so I'm going to very quickly rifle through all of their pockets and see if any of the dead hobgoblins have potions that I can use to heal myself.
You find 2 basic healing potions and some coins that you don't know the amount of yet.
I'm going to say ×1 because I'm going to chug the other one. 7, yes, back to full health.
Nice.
Okay, and you said just some random coins.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything.
All right. Up next is Zaz.
Seeing that Haven seems okay, I'm going to run out of the room as well. I'm going to come around the corner to the far side of the corner, because I have 30 movement, that's what I'm going to do.
You can see the Steam Method from there.
I'll just watch Ash fight it.
Zaz is going to run out of the room towards the hallway where all of his friends are, and seeing Ash engage with something is just going to use Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action to cast, costs a spell slot, and a shimmering field appears around and surrounds Ash, and you get a +2 to your AC for the duration of up to 10 minutes as long as I concentrate properly. That's my turn.
Nice.
You all see suddenly at the top of the stairwell a harpy in the dress I described earlier flying. The dress is too long and is covering up her feet, but her wings seems to be something that was cut through the back for her wings to fit. Everybody make a free perception check except for Haven.
Not 20.
Well, with that, you definitely see a bracelet on her wrist.
And a shout over my shoulder, bracelet!
What'd you get?
12.
12. You do not see it. Okay, only Ash saw it. She does not attack. She just moves and hovers 15 feet up in the air. Angeli, it is your turn.
How high is the hallway?
15 feet high.
Excellent. So I can fly over and land behind the method?
Yes.
I will then attack the method.
All right, you have advantage.
That'll be a 19 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 points of damage because of sneak attack. And then the offhand,
That is actually going to kill it. But that means that Ash and you both need to make dexterity saving throws. I forgot you should have had a regular attack. Whatever.
19 dex save.
16.
All right, you both are able to duck out of the way as the creature explodes into a cloud of boiling steam and more wallpaper begins to melt off of the one side of the hallway. And it did.
Excellent. I will then like to continue my movement. Is there room to get behind the Harpy? Or is she just like back to the wall and just down the hole?
She is 15 feet up. There's 10 feet beneath her, so you moved up 5, 10.
Is there room behind her down here, though, as opposed to in the attic?
You can move directly in front of the Harpy. That's the farthest you can get because you have to move up 10 feet and then over and then down to hit.
I will do so.
Okay.
You within 5 feet? If not, that's okay.
Yes. If you went diagonal, yes.
So I will use my offhanded attack on her.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 5 points of piercing. I don't think you fit that dress well. Let's see if we can hem that a bit for you.
She screeches again. It's very loud in your ear.
Can't do anything else.
All right. Up next is Ash.
I will run up to where Angeli is. And again, because I'm one of the wingless here, can I reach?
They are currently 15 feet up.
Dang it, guys! Come down here where I can hit you!
You need to get something that has a 10-foot reach.
I'm gonna just run up underneath where they are. So underneath where Angeli and the Harpy are. And I'm gonna shout up at the Harpy, "Come down here, I can hit you! You have something that belongs to somebody!" And that's it. That's gonna be my full turn, because I can't reach, because I'm on the floor.
On your next turn, if you want, you can use your movement to jump and attempt an attack. Reese, it is your turn.
Okay, Reese is like a coward. He is going to move, because he's also kind of awkwardly in the way of the hallway. He's going to move a little bit down, about 5 or so feet, so that he's not in the way of the hallway and that he doesn't, the Harpy doesn't have immediate line of sight on him. And he is going to cast Minor Illusion, and from 30 feet, let me check something. Well, it's too far. So from around... We'll say from around like the corner where Zaz is and where all the hobgoblins are, I'm going to make the voice of Zahiri. Thero, I thought you'd be innocent, but you had my bracelet. I can't believe it. Now we have you surrounded. Give up now.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I use my spellcasting modifier? My charisma?
Sure.
That's only a 6.
She does not believe you. She just screeches, "Don't you use your magic on me. I know what Zahiri sounds like. That's not her."
Ah, shit. Alright, I guess I'll just use whatever movement I have left to just come up the stairs. A little defeated.
You can get right behind Angeli, who's 15 feet above you.
Me and Ash are just opposite of each other, just like watching the whole thing above us.
Yes. All right, up next is Haven.
I know none of this, do I? I know absolutely nothing. How much would I have heard?
You can hear the screeching and her talking, and you heard Ash screaming to come down here where I can hit you. It echoes pretty loudly.
Okay. On a glance around the room, is there anything like chests that are by the beds, or is it just the beds and everything that I've looted off the people would be it?
In here, there are some chests, but they're just very basic crate-like chests.
Okay. I will move to the edge of the corridor where everyone else is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
As I come into sight of edging round that corridor, would the Harpy see me?
With your passive stealth, she does not notice you, because she's paying attention to other things. You could be loud and then she would notice you, but just passively, she doesn't.
I will throw a dagger.
Okay. Because she doesn't see you, you do get advantage.
Nat 20.
Yes!
Nice.
So that was a 3, that was a 4.
Alright, so that will be 7 damage.
Indeed. And then, because I can, I will throw a second one. Would I still have advantage?
She would be aware of you now, so no.
And as a result, as I launch it at her, she just kind of shifts her wings a little bit and gives a swish of the hip, and it just slides between her wing gap and her hip and just does no damage. Doesn't connect.
Fantastic. Is that your turn?
Oh, that's everything.
Says it's your turn.
Alright, so just to make sure I've got some spatial knowledge correct. There are stairs going up to the 3rd floor, which is also towards the attic.
Yes.
The other people are on the lift of the 3rd floor, basically.
Ash and Reese are on the stairs. Angeli and the Harpy are 15 feet above.
Okay, cool. And Haven is flying above me right now.
No, I'm on the floor.
You're on the floor. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I am going to fly upwards 10 feet and cast Rainbow Bridge straight out underneath probably about 5 or so feet underneath where the Harpy and Angeli are fighting, but above the people who are on the stairs in a way that they could still potentially get onto it, however, whatever the angle I need to cast that at is. So I would cast Rainbow Bridge so that it makes almost like a platform that the non-flyers can get up on. And I'm going to shout out, Brees, Ash, get him! And
Lick 'em.
that's going to be my turn.
All right, this rainbow bridge appears, and we'll say that it's high enough that you can fit under it, and then get on top of it.
There's some angle there. I'm sure that there's enough space. I just don't know what it would be.
All right, up next is the Harpy. Angeli is its closest target and also the one that has been insulting it, so it is very upset. It attacks first with a 18 to hit.
Will hit.
Does hit, and that is going to be 6 slashing damage as her claws rake across you.
Excellent. I'd like to use a reaction.
Okay.
I will use my vengeance attack again for the second time for a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Doing 7 plus a d8 of poison. Poison, I rolled an 8. So that's 15 points total.
All right.
You got me, but really, you're overextended. So you can't even wear that thing right.
She screams as she pulls out her clubs and tries to lob you across the head with it. It's actually a
That's okay. Whatever you use, Angeli is just going to say, so that's what you use to shoehorn yourself into your corset.
Oh, man, Angeli throwing out the burns today.
She pulls out a walking stick that is jeweled to swing at you. But she will miss with a 10. Her eyes are just like, she is angry. And she's like, how dare you break into my house and insult me? That is her turn. Angeli, it's your turn.
Is it possible to maneuver to the other side so those coming up on the platform or the ramp will have flanking?
Because the ramp is 15 feet or 10 feet up so that it's right beneath you, I'm going to say no, because you guys are at the top of the roof.
Can I at least get out of the way?
Yeah, you could disengage and move back if you wanted.
I don't want to move out of the way because I want to attack, but I would like to shift around so that the others can get in.
The only way for you to do that is either to disengage and go backwards or to tumble through her, which will be your action.
I can't disengage and go over her because she's nicely blocking the opening, right? I will attempt to tumble through her to get behind her for my action. That's a 19.
I will make. Pretty sure it's not going to win, but nope, it got a 16. So you are able to tumble through it and to the other side. You can use bonus for that. I thought it was just action.
Yeah, I thought it was action too. So I will attack then. Main hand is a 7, so that will miss. Offhand is a 14 for 1 point. Ooh, it looks even worse back here.
All right, that's your turn.
Yep.
Ash, you now have a bridge that will let you get to it.
Finally, thank you! I am going up the bridge. Once up there, I want to see if I can get... Because of where the bridge is there a way that I can get to where Angeli and I would be flanking the Harpy? Or is that not possible because of the layout of the room and where we are?
No, you can because it would put you in the 15-foot spot.
Yeah, so that is fine. That's what I'll do. I'll go on the other side, and I'm just going to try and hit her with my claws. That is a 10 to hit.
You have advantage.
Oh, sweet. Better.
Because you're flanking.
That is really good because then I rolled a 19. So that's 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 14 points of damage.
How would you like to kill her?
Ah, yes. Is she facing Angeli or is she facing me?
She was facing Angeli before Angeli moved, so now she's facing you.
If she's facing me, I'm gonna go right for the throat again. Just straight for the throat with the claws. Rip out the jugular.
Okay. She screeches and tries to claw at your face as you reach in for a attack, and you just push her hands out of the way and grab her scrawny throat and destroy her.
Before she drops, can I try to grab her arm? I want to get the bracelet off.
Yes, we are out of initiative.
Cool. Gonna take the bracelet off.
Would you like me to fast track this to you getting back to Zahiri so you can give her the thing? Or would you like to loot the house?
If we could fast track looting, I guess.
Absolutely fast track, but I want to loot everywhere as well. So if you were just to say, like, give us a roll for the whole house or something, and then we just loot everywhere and get all the really good shit.
You don't need to roll. You will take the next good hour or so to loot the house, and you get as much as you think that is valuable, which we will figure out how much gold that's worth later. And you head back to Zahiri's, and when you walk in, she is anxiously pacing.
handed off the bracelet probably to someone else because I missed this whole arrangement while I was indisposed. So I probably will have given it to Haven or Reese or somebody else.
If it was to me, I would have given it to him.
Thanks, guys.
Haven's got the bracelet.
She looks up as you walk in. She's like, her eyes just go wide. Please tell me you have good news.
Darling, of course, we're professionals, don't you know? And I'll produce it and hold it out to her.
She grabs it and then runs up and hugs you. And then after a few seconds, we'll run up and hug all of you. She's like, thank you so much. This means so much. Like, she puts it on her wrist and she just like touches where the bracelet is, like you do when you were missing something for a bit. And you're just like, it feels better. It's back to normal. I'm not naked anymore type of thing. And she goes, well, I owe you that date, and I also owe you a reward. So let me hold on. And she goes into the back and pulls out 5 pouches. Each of them have 25 gold in them.
Ooh, okay.
And if you ever need anything, you'll have a discount here, 50% off.
Thank you. Nikki, I got an unknown amount of coins from the property.
Yes, I will give you that details and the loot out of game.
Okay. While we're on the way back, I will split up. Everyone will get 2 gold from when we sold things before, 5 silver and 5 copper.
All right.
Getting richer by the day. We ain't no broke folk no more.
No.
Angeli started with 10 gold, so yeah.
On that note, you have all reached level 3
Yes!
Oh, yay!
and have made a extreme ally with Zahiri.
Before we end,
Angeli would like to take her up, Zahiri, on that offer, because she would like to see if she has something in a studded leather outfit.
She will work with you, and we will work on that in next session
Good.
to figure out what that is.
Okie dokie.
for myself, before I forget, I would like to take the pelt and the wings to a tannery, because that happened last session, and if I leave it till next one, I'm not going to remember. So take the pelt and the 2 wings to a tannery and ask them to preserve it and do all the right things and hand over the brain and everything and see what precisely they can make of it. Because I wouldn't want clothes, but a nice pair of boots might come in handy, but I really want some kind of satchel that will be able to be enchanted when I have some more money into a satchel of holding.
Okay. It'll cost 10 gold to get everything tanned properly.
Okay.
You'll get that next session, and we'll somebody write this down somewhere so I can remember what we're supposed to do. But we'll do the outfit that you want, Angeli, and we will divvy out the loot that is determined what we found. But that is the end of this episode.
Oh crap, I need to pick up my sword too. I'm gonna pick up my sword.
Ash, you picked up your sword. Easy enough.
Cool.
Oh, violence does call me, I've answered before. I've made many enemies and settled my scores. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd